So I've got a quick update on the clock. Hopefully this is what it's going to look like, sort of, when it's off, I guess. Anyway, on top we've got 2 sheets of acrylic. These are semi-transparent sheets of acrylic, so you can sort of see that that's semi-transparent. When I take it away, you can probably start to see what's underneath. There's a reason I've got 2, and I'll explain that in a minute. So these sit atop these 4 PLA pillars. So I 3D printed some. These are sort of just plastic PLA. I did them in the standard speed and layer height, so it's about 0.2 millimeters layer height. And I don't remember what the info was, probably something about 30%, I imagine. But I tend to glue these down and glue the acrylic to it. I'm gonna have to look up what kind of glue you can use with acrylic, I'm not sure. But I've got 4 of these, so that's what everything's going to stand on. Raise that acrylic over these filaments. I'm not sure of the height yet. I will test it first, because what can happen with the acrylic, if it's not flat on, you can get all sorts of like refracted light coming back and illuminating stuff underneath. So it might be better to have them lower onto these digits. Now, so the digits are working great. It works as a clock when it's all breadboarded up. I may have a clip of that, so I'll pop that over the top while I'm talking. So it definitely isn't perfect, but it's still illuminating some of the filaments, but I like it. Got little violet coloured decimal points as well. And they look really good. These little LEDs are sort of pink, which is nice, the decimal LEDs, and then you've got these filaments. Now, the digits themselves are sitting atop a pillar with a pipe on it, essentially. So I 3D printed these as well. These are the bits that are going to hold up the digits. I put screw holes in these. I think they're M3. And the intention was that I would screw it into something to secure it. But actually, I think putting that pipe in it and gluing it down will suffice. I don't intend to take them off afterwards, so really it's fine if they're glued on. There are no traces underneath those pipes, so it will be fine. So I was going to show you how I put one of these on, and I'm going to try and do it live. We'll see. In fact, let's get you in a bit closer. Oh yeah, before I continue. This is going to be my controller board. It's going to be a nice little orange thing. I was going to put it underneath, but actually I think I might need access to buttons, or it might be that I need to reprogram it at some point. So it may go on the back and sort of glued onto the back of the board or screwed in, because this has also got screw holes, and I don't mind having screws on the back. So that might happen. Oh, one other thing. So with the 2 sheets of acrylic, I was going to have just the one, and then I realized when you pump a lot of current into these filaments, it lights up all along, which is great, and that's what you want to see, but it does start illuminating a bit more of its surroundings, and that's less desirable. But you do still want to illuminate the whole length. So when you have 2 bits of acrylic, you still get illumination along the whole length, but you don't get so much of the sort of incidental light. So that's why there are 2, and I can experiment. I don't have to glue them both together, so we can just look at it with one. Anyway, I wanted to put one of these on so that you can see how easy it is. It's not easy. You could probably hear the 3D printer in the background. It is printing a spooky ghost. It really is. I'm going to see a friend's kid tomorrow, and I thought you might like a spooky ghost. So let's pop one on. Okay, so we've got one on. The other one's not behaving. This is going terribly. Okay, let's get rid of that one. And we'll just, oh. Okay, so it's not the easiest thing in the world. I probably should have started with just 2. The opposite sides, there's one. And there is the other. There we go. Okay, so not perfect. It's going to take a little while to align these. But once they're done, and in fact I can align them while they're drying essentially, and it doesn't have to be perfect. You just have to remember that most of my stuff is not perfect. Right, so that is the plan from now on. That's what I'm going to do. So the clock will be used tilting up. I'm not going to do that now because these are not glued and will just fall, but the idea is, the idea is that it will stand up or lean up against a wall. So it's going to sit on a mantelpiece, I think, and it will just sort of lean So yeah, it should be cool. Fairly low power clock. Might even have it so it only comes on when you walk by it, because it'd be fairly easy to put a little motion sensor behind this acrylic, I think. So we'll see. There's lots of little mods I can do, I think. Anyway, we'll leave that for next time.